We got the scenes we're showing you from the No Kings protests this weekend. Far-left protesters did clash with cops and pro-America demonstrators in cities like Portland, Los Angeles, and Dallas. But now this question, who exactly is funding these divisive protests nationwide, featuring protesters marching for communism, Iran, terror groups Hamas and Hezbollah? Let's take you now to Fox News' David Spunt, live in D.C. with more. David, good to see you. What more do we know about this?
Well, many other cities involved too, also St. Paul, New York, Washington, D.C. In Los Angeles, Liz, scores of agitators clashed with police outside a federal building there. Witnesses saw someone spray, quote, "kill your local ICE agent" on the wall there. At least 74 people arrested after failing to disperse. In St. Paul, Minnesota, another large crowd. Remember, it was nearby Minneapolis that was a hub for ICE activity earlier this year.
Minnesota was so directly the target of all of the anti-democracy strategies of the Trump administration over the last several months.
A digital reporter at Fox News Digital named Astro Romani attended the protest in St. Paul, Minnesota. She claims that she obtained a permit for the march, I should say, in St. Paul, and the lead coordinator was a group called Indivisible, a Democratic political advocacy group funded by networks connected to George Soros' foundations. Now, her reporting also found a connection to a wealthy American in China named Neville Roy Singham connected to some of those protests. Here she is.
They want to call it grassroots. It's 100% AstroTurf. There are well-intentioned people that you walked among who came out, but the command and control was from these 500 groups with, get this, a $3 billion budget.
No Kings, in a statement online, posted, "Trump wants to rule over us as a tyrant, but this is America and power belongs to the people, not to want to be kings or their billionaire cronies." Liz, we reached out to Indivisible for a statement regarding the Fox Digital reporting on some of that funding, but have yet to hear back. Liz.
Thank you so much, David Spunt. Now, listen to this.
There's only one solution! Communist revolution! Communist revolution! No justice, no peace! No ice in our streets! Let them all parade of shame! They're not gonna take it!
Touch our elbows, hands in the air!
Peggy Flanagan and Dishnakaz, Gishuevidamokwe and Go, Guabagag and Ikagdendun Jaba.
I immigrated from Germany, and so I recognize fascists when I see them.
Okay, those were the chaotic scenes from this weekend's No Kings protests. They're protesting for communism in America, protesting for Iran, for Hamas and Hezbollah. Those groups have killed thousands and raped and slaughtered. Joining us now, Larry Elder, show host Larry Elder. Larry, what do you make of all this? What do you make of David's reporting in Astro Romani, reporting that 500 groups with $3 billion are funding groups that are in support of terrorism that have slaughtered and murdered so many people?
Well, we have suspected this for a long time. I think this is the third No Kings protest, and it does look like there's George Soros money back behind the organizing and all of that. Liz, I live in Los Angeles. I live in Hollywood, so not too surprisingly, I saw a whole bunch of these people out there. Here's what I have to say. We may have no kings in America. We have plenty of court jesters. How in the world are you calling Donald Trump a king? The man left office after the 2020 election. Kings don't leave office. Every time he coughs up a hairball, he gets sued. He abides by every decision. Kings don't do that. Barack Obama bombed Libya, didn't get approval from Congress. Nobody hit the streets. Obama said he didn't have the legal authority to grant legal status to illegal aliens. Did it anyway. Nobody hit the streets. Nancy Pelosi said that the president did not have the legal authority to forgive student debt. Biden did it anyway. Nobody hit the street. The idea that Donald Trump is a king is insulting, and all these ICE officers who are being called Nazis and fascists, many of them, by the way, served in our military, is also extremely offensive. And look at all these morons out there. I don't know how they feel it's going to help them win the midterms. I think these images are going to be flashed by Republicans when they run to show you how wacky these people are and what we're in for in the event that they regain power in the House and the Senate.
So are they useful idiots and pawns? I mean, isn't this an issue too? Let's be real. Who's really about no kings when the Democrats in 2024 refused to hold a primary? No Democrat primary voter selected Kamala Harris. She was coronated without one single Democrat primary voter. And Democrats sue to throw off state ballots RFK Jr. and Trump. Plus, Joe Biden has been in D.C. since 1974. Chuck Schumer has been in Washington for 45 years. Nancy Pelosi, 40 years. Dick Durbin, 43 years. All since Ronald Reagan. Bernie Sanders, nearly 36 years. Trump's only been in D.C. for 5 years. The idea that this is fascism, when we have a judicial system, we've got Congress, we've got checks and balances. Are they real? Do they understand that they're being duped by the far left media?
No, they don't. The fact that millions of Americans can hit the streets, whether they're being funded or whether they're just being led, is just an indictment about how people think about our own country. It's just insane. And regarding the gerrymandering, Barack Obama, when he ran for Congress and he lost, his only time he ever lost an election, he went back and he redesigned his state Senate seat list to make it more white, more Jewish, less black, less affluent, to make sure he got reelected.
I don't understand. Why? Where's the Me Too movement? Where's the Democrat protests for? I'm sorry, finish your thought, Larry. You were going to say, but now what?
And now they're claiming it's undemocratic for what Donald Trump tried to do in Texas when Obama owes his political career to gerrymandering. But your point is, where are all the sensible, normal, rational people? You know, you can have a legitimate debate about whether or not we ought to be at war with Iran. I happen to support it. A lot of people don't. But to say the man is a king, right, when Obama bombed Libya without getting any approval from Congress,
what I was trying to say is where are the Democrat protests against Hamas killing women? People crossing the border, raping women. Where's Me Too? I mean, it's astounding. And there's a big bucks campaign behind this divisive No Kings protest. And they're going to keep going. Larry Elder, thank you so much. You ran out of time. It's good to see you.